What you see determines what you become. A wealthy man is not better than you. He just sees differently.
Opinions do not change potential.
Purpose attracts the prosperity for its fulfillment.
It's not what you are that holds you back. It's what you think that you are not. That's what holds you back. You cannot always control circumstances, but you can always control your own thoughts. Nothing changes until your mind changes. Information does not bring transformation. Conversion does. What you see determines what you become. A wealthy man is not better than you. He just sees differently. 2 college students went to visit India. They couldn't believe what they saw. They came to train and there were just thousands of people in the streets. Everyone's just trying to find, begging and trying to make a living. And one of the young men said, "Wow, man, look at the people, dirty feet, filthy people, thousands of dirty feet, no shoes." His other friend looked at the same people and says, "Wow, what an opportunity for a shoe business." So his friend Tom came back to the United States. They went back to college. He sat down in his classroom and designed a shoe. So they started exporting shoe to India. This young man dropped out of school, man. Started pumping his business. Shoes took off, exploded. He became a multi-millionaire. His name is Tom. The guy who went to India with him is trying to pay his mortgage off. Why? They saw the same thing, or did they?
What company produced you? It's a good question. Sony produced Sony products. Mercedes-Benz produced Mercedes products. Toyota produces Toyota products. Well, I came from God Incorporated. And my company is eternal. It's not registered with the Dow Jones average. It's not on the stock market exchange because its value is too much. And my company that produced me is the only element that has the right to tell me the truth about me. When the manufacturer produced me, he had in his mind a purpose. Every manufacturer creates products for specific purposes. And the purpose for which they make the product determines the design of it and the ability of the product. Therefore, the key to knowing a product's ability and potential is not determined by your opinion of it. Let me take you one step further. Most of you came here in cars, and if you were to go outside and check your car, you'll discover something very strange. When you first buy a car, you sit in the driver's seat. If you check the speedometer registration, there's a number on that registration. The number of that car's registration may say 160. Some cars may say 210. Other cars may say even 280. Now, how could the manufacturer place on that registration of that speedometer that number? How can he tell you that this car can travel at 160 miles per hour? What gives him the audacity and the right to tell you, without your permission, that this automobile can travel at 160 miles per hour? He didn't ask you. And when he sold it, he placed it there, and he's daring you. He's telling you, try it. I guarantee that this automobile could travel at 160. I don't care what you think about it. I don't care what your opinion is. I made it. and I put in this car the horsepower and the piston power and the firepower to go at 160. You know, before they release the car, they test it first. So they're not asking you to test anything. It's already tested. They're asking you to use it. Question to ask you. Driving at 150, does that cancel the car's potential to travel at 160? No. Let me ask the question again. If you've been driving for the last 30 years at 55 miles per hour, does your experience cancel the car's ability? No. That's why you should not judge life by your experience. If the car is parked outside and you walk up to the car and you say this. Now this is how it works. You say to this car, you are stupid. Can the car still travel 160? Yes. If you say to this car, I think you dumb and ignorant and backward, can it still travel 160? Yes. You say to this car, I don't like your color. Can it still travel 160? Yeah. Your opinion does not affect the potential of the car. Please write that down. Opinions do not change potential. Therefore, what you think about the car is irrelevant to the car's ability. The problem is that most of us have accepted other people's opinions about us.
You are supposed to work for purpose, not money. If you find your purpose, money will find you. If you're not in your purpose, you haven't found your purpose, you're still working for money. Money's your boss. Jesus tried to explain this one time with a simple example. He said, why do you worry? In other words, why are you pursuing what you would eat, what you would drink, trying to get stuff, getting money to buy food, clothes, and stuff? He said, what are you doing? Then he says, look at the birds. Now the birds is important. He says, look at the birds. He said, they don't worry, they don't toil, they don't plant, they don't, he said, and the Father takes care of them. What is the only thing a bird does? Be a bird. Be a bird. He said, look at the bird. He said, be like the birds. Find what you do. What do birds do? Birds are birds, so they bird. Whatever birds do, that's what birds do. Birds don't try to be horse. You never see a bird trying to be a cow. You know, a bird will never try to be a crocodile. But the bird never tries. The human is the only creature that tries to be something they are not. Purpose attracts the prosperity for its fulfillment.
My wife and I went to Egypt. We went to the pyramids. And in one of those glass cases, there was some seeds. And I asked the guy to talk. I said, what are these? He said, these are seeds we found in the tomb of King Tut. I said, are you kidding? He said, no, these are 4,000-year-old seeds. They were petrified, you know, they were frozen in the desert, dry heat. I said, are they still good? He said, well, let me tell you a story. He says that we shipped these seeds to Israel, and they did tests on the seeds, and they germinated the seeds. The seeds produced the largest ears of corn and of maize that they ever saw. I said, wait a minute. Are you telling me that 4,000-year-old seeds produce? He said, yeah. He said, they were just waiting on the right environment. How old are you? You think you're too old? You think it's it? If that's for you? Did they tell you it's over? What you need is the right environment one more time. Don't ever let no one write you off. Go home, start again.